Hi everyone, it's your Nurse Health Advocate Damon. Every 5 years, the federal government updates their nutrition guidelines, and the new guidelines were just released. Let's talk about them because there were some really meaningful changes this time. First, they simplified things. A lot. The new guidelines fit into a 10-page document and can be found at realfood.gov under Dietary Guidelines for Americans. You can also find a separate document on the scientific review process there too, if you're into reading that sort of stuff. Also, the food pyramid changed quite a bit. The base of the pyramid is now found at the top and focuses on whole, minimally processed foods. This is what we should eat most. Think protein, vegetables, fruit, high-fiber foods, and healthy fats. Protein gets a lot more attention in these guidelines, and for good reason. Protein helps to preserve muscle, keeps you full for longer, supports your metabolism, and makes weight loss more realistic. Try to include a solid protein source at every meal. Things like eggs, poultry, fish, lean meats, dairy, beans, or tofu. The focus is on real food. Processed meats like sausages, hot dogs, bacon, and lunch meat are not included. Vegetables and fruits are still front and center, but now there's a stronger emphasis on fiber. Fiber helps with digestion and feeds the good, helpful bacteria in our gut, what we call our microbiome. A healthier gut microbiome is linked to better blood sugar control, lower inflammation, improved immunity, and easier weight management. That's partly why foods like vegetables, fruit, beans, and fermented foods like Greek yogurt or sauerkraut matter so much. In the past, grains were a big part of the plan, and as many as 6 servings had been recommended. There was less emphasis on the quality of the grains too. Now, whole grains that are rich in fiber are recommended, the number of daily servings has been reduced to 2 to 4, and the new guidelines specifically call for reduced intake of unhealthy processed grains, including white flour, crackers, and many cereals. Another big shift is how directly the new guidelines address ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods include things like chips, sugary drinks like soda, sweets, and many convenience foods and meals. The new guidelines clearly state that ultra-processed foods should be limited as much as possible. These foods make it harder to regulate appetite, blood sugar, and weight. We actually discussed this in our last video, which you can see here. Sugar is another major focus. Added sugars are strongly discouraged and should be limited as much as possible, not just for weight, but for heart health, diabetes risk, and overall metabolic health. We discussed the impact of sugar on our health in a prior video, which you can see here. So, what would a day of eating look like under these new guidelines? For breakfast, think something like eggs with vegetables or Greek yogurt with berries and nuts. For lunch, a protein-based salad or bowl with chicken, beans, or fish, lots of veggies, maybe a little quinoa or brown rice. For dinner, lean protein, veggies, and a fiber-rich side like beans or quinoa is a great choice. And for a snack, go for protein and fiber like cottage cheese and fruit, veggies with hummus, or an apple with a handful of nuts. And if you're looking for meal prep ideas, tips, and tricks, you can check out our video here, or here somewhere nearby. When you put it all together, the message is simple. Eat more real food, prioritize protein and plants, get enough fiber, and cut back on sugary and processed stuff. Do that consistently, and better health usually follows. Take care, everybody.